Conscientiousness. How to develop conscientiousness, the underlying trait of achievement and business success. Written by Stephen West, narrated by Brian Ken. Introduction. Modern experts in the psychological field have categorized personality traits into 5 major ones, which are referred to globally as the Big Five. While there are and have been other psychologists who have spoken about many other personality traits, including Raymond Cattell's 16 and Gordon Allport's 4000, most modern experts believe that nearly all of those can be covered under the Big Five, the core personality traits. These are broad categories of personal characteristics and are given the acronym of OCEAN, standing for openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. While this book is dedicated to conscientiousness, which is proven to contribute the maximum to success, achievement, and happiness, I thought it made sense to know a little about each of the Big Five before we focus on conscientiousness in the rest of the book. Openness. People who have a high score of this personality trait usually have a wide range of interest. Characterized by insight and imagination, this trait reflects an individual's ability to be flexible to change and open to new and innovative ideas. People who score high in openness are very creative, enjoy trying new things, love to tackle new challenges, and are quite good at imagining abstract concepts. People with a low score of openness usually dislike changes of any kind, have an aversion for trying new and innovative things, resist changes and new ideas, are quite unimaginative, and usually have a strong dislike for theoretical or abstract ideas. Conscientiousness. This personality trait reflects an individual's level of impulsion control and consistent behaviors driven towards predetermined goals. High scores in this trait reflect a highly organized person with a great eye for detail. People who are conscientious spend time in preparation, make sure they complete all important tasks immediately, have an amazing eye for detail, and enjoy working in scheduled structure. People with low scores on conscientiousness are not very fond of schedules and structures, make quite a mess of things, are infamous for not returning borrowed things or not putting things back in their proper place, are great procrastinators, and often fail to deliver on their promises. Extroversion. Characterized by high levels of emotional exuberance, people with high scores in extroversion love to be at the center of attraction, enjoy starting a conversation, love meeting new people, find it easy to make friends, and usually have a wide social network. People with low scores on extroversion prefer being alone, in fact, enjoy solitude, hate to have to start a conversation, are not comfortable making friends, easily get tired of socializing, and do not like to be the center of attraction. Agreeableness. This trait reflects an individual's sense of altruism, affection, kindness, and compassion to others. People with a high score in agreeableness are very interested and care a lot about other people, are empathetic, and love to contribute to others' happiness and well-being. People with a low score on agreeableness don't really care and are not interested in others, do not like to hear about others' problems, and can even belittle and insult others. Neuroticism. Characterized by emotionally unstable personal traits such as moodiness and sadness, people with a high score in neuroticism are very stressed out and anxious individuals, get upset very easily, worry a lot, and experience crazy mood swings. People with a low score in neuroticism are emotionally very stable, rarely feel depressed or anxious, do not worry excessively, and are quite relaxed in life. So, that completes a very brief introduction to personality traits in the Big Five. Now, let us focus only on conscientiousness, which is known to be the biggest contributor to the success and happiness in our lives. Chapter 1. What is conscientiousness? We already learned in the previous chapter that conscientiousness is one of the personality traits proposed by psychology experts under the nomenclature of the Big Five, the other four being openness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. A person with a high level of conscientiousness will come across as being highly self-disciplined and a deliberate action taker who thinks before acting. He or she is not impulsive. Driven by traits of methodic planning and meticulous implementation of their plans, conscientious people are usually very successful in their chosen field. This trait reflects a person's ability to control and regulate their impulses. Employers love to recruit people with high conscientiousness scores in their personality test because such individuals are highly goal-oriented, very good at setting up long-term goals, are great and meticulous organizers, think of and create the paths needed to reach these goals, keep track of their progress, and consistently persevere to stay focused on their goal paths. Highly conscientious people are those that are not easily deterred by short-term setbacks, no matter how difficult these may be. Conscientious people are very responsible and highly dependable. There is a flip side when certain boundaries are crossed, of course. For example, any person who is overly conscientious can be perceived as a compulsive perfectionist and a difficult workaholic. They can be seen as being very rigid and boring. The conscientiousness trait has 6 subtraits under it that together define a truly conscientious person. These subtraits help us get a wholesome understanding of conscientiousness, helping us decide which of the subtraits we need to improve on and which of them are already on a high for us. These 6 subtraits of conscientiousness include self-efficacy. They are individuals who have a high level of self-assurance about their ability to get things done. Orderliness. Conscientious people lead very organized and orderly lives and tend to keep the places they occupy neatly and tidily. Dutifulness. People who are very conscientious possess a strong sense of obligation and duty. Achievement striving. They work very hard and in a committed manner to achieve their goals. Their desire to be seen as successful eggs them on to accomplish things they have promised themselves. Self-discipline. They have strong willpower and are highly disciplined and persist in their efforts even in the face of great obstacles. Cautiousness. These people are predisposed to thinking well before taking any action. They are not impulsive and deliberate on their choices before deciding on anything. In the chapters ahead, you will find tips and tricks on how to develop the above skills so that your overall scores of conscientiousness climb up a few notches, helping you achieve success and happiness. What do conscientious people not do? Quite often, understanding a concept can be better if you get to know the meaning of its opposite. That is why I thought it made sense to include some examples of what conscientious people avoid doing or don't do, so that you improve your comprehension about conscientiousness. So here goes. Conscientious people are not impulsive shoppers. Instead, they anticipate future needs, plan a budget, and buy the stuff when they actually need it. This attitude of budgeting and ensuring that they stay within their budget makes them great financial planners. They run their homes and offices in a sensible manner and rarely, most often never, exceed their credit limits. Conscientious people do not get carried away by sales and/or promotion tactics and buy things. Conscientious people do not take mental notes. Successful people who are always conscientious never take mental notes. If something is important for them and they know they need to remember it, then they will take out a pen and paper and write it down. Writing down notes and reminders and to-do lists not only help in entrenching the knowledge deeper in our minds than otherwise, but also act as a way of telling our subconscious mind the importance of the task, so that it will keep nagging us until we have completed it. Conscientious people never slouch. Posture reflects your personality perfectly. Slouching is a sign of uncertainty and a symbol of lack of confidence. Conscientious people never slouch. They stand erect and confident because they care about how others see them, and they want to come across as people with high self-esteem. Slouching is a sign of being stressed, too, and conscientious people are rarely stressed out because more often than not, they work hard to get things organized and be prepared to handle all kinds of obstacles and challenges. Conscientious people don't do anything excessively. They do things in small packages and add up their work slowly and surely because they know that small things done in a consistent manner, in the long run, definitely add up far more than binging big time on the same task, but only once or twice. Conscientious people don't oversleep, don't indulge in binging on TV shows, don't overeat, and don't watch excessive TV or anything else. Instead, they take small and deliberate actions every time and accumulate the effects, resulting in sustained success and happiness. Conscientious people don't break promises. Firstly, they will not accept tasks unless they are sure they can complete it to the best of their abilities. They deliberate a lot before making any kind of promise, and once made, conscientious people will never break it. It is because of this strong sense of commitment that conscientious people are honest and upfront. Conscientious people do not quit. As they are highly determined and set in their commitment to achieving their goals, conscientious people do not quit. They endeavor, work hard, overcome setbacks, and commit themselves again and again, which will result in success. Therefore, conscientious people do not quit. They simply persevere. Conscientious people never ignore problems. No problem is brushed under the carpet. They are highly responsible for their actions and take onus for the good and bad outcomes of their actions. They accept and embrace the problems that crop up and find solutions for them. But they don't ignore the problems. In fact, conscientious people go one step further. They anticipate problems and prepare themselves and keep multiple solutions on hand to counter the issues as and when they keep coming up. Factors influencing conscientiousness Can it be developed? Multiple studies have been conducted that prove that both environmental and biological factors affect the level of conscientiousness in individuals. The interactions of children with caregivers and/or parents play a significant role in the growth and development of this personality trait. Researchers have found a powerful correlation between conscientiousness and the love and affection received during childhood. Yet other studies prove that some amount of genetic influence could also contribute to the manifestations of the conscientiousness attitude. Yet, the truth is that the level of conscientiousness in an individual varies right through his or her life. It is not a constant feature. Therefore, it is a trait that can be developed and nurtured so as to achieve higher levels of success with each positive change we give ourselves in this direction. So, if you think your score on this important personality trait is a little below par, you don't have to worry at all. It is possible to develop this trait so deeply that it can become a habit in your life. We are not mere puppets of our genetic makeup. The human will is stronger than biological factors. Behaviors and traits can be easily managed and changed for the positive anytime during our lifetime. The important element needed to make these changes is the determination and the mindset to bring about the required changes. Then there are multiple tips, suggestions, and tricks listed in this book that you can use to bring about positive changes in your life with regard to conscientiousness, so that your life can be better and you will move in a determined way towards success in all aspects of your life. Once you have mastered the art of conscientiousness in your life, your relationships, your career, and your health will thank you for doing what you did. Chapter 2: Importance of Conscientiousness for Success and Happiness. It has been proven time and again through various long-term studies that the personality trait of conscientiousness is consistently associated with success. One of the primary dimensions that deliver success is conscientiousness, and this attitude runs from cradle to grave and is a deciding factor for success right through your lifetime. Conscientious students earn better grades in school and college. These people end up committing fewer crimes than those with lower scores on conscientiousness, and their marriages last longer too. Additionally, conscientious people are known to live longer, as they resist temptation with added vigor, resulting in not getting hooked on cigarettes, alcohol, or any other element that directly connects to longevity. Here are more benefits, as proven by studies, connected to conscientiousness. Higher salaries and higher income, greater levels of job satisfaction, higher chances of getting and retaining employment, and higher chances of success in business. Moreover, while traits such as extroversion can be more connected with the importance of being very socializing and work well for people on sales and marketing jobs, the attitude of conscientiousness cuts across all verticals and is an essential trait for success in every field of business. Punctuality, thoroughness, thoughtfulness, etc. are traits connected to conscientiousness, and all of these are important for achieving success irrespective of the domain or work area you are in. Conscientiousness and success. So, again, why is conscientiousness important for success? Although theoretical balancing of all personality traits is important for one's well-being and success, some are more important than others, and in this natural hierarchy, conscientiousness comes out right on top. Backed by great organization skills, amazing planning and scheduling skills, high levels of resilience, and high levels of commitment and responsibility, success will follow sooner than later. So why are conscientious people more successful than the not-so-conscientious people? There are many reasons for this, and some of them are: Number 1, they do things in a much better way than others. For example, they are amazing goal setters. They set goals that are a little above their current capabilities and then strive hard to achieve these difficult goals. Number 2, they don't worry about failures. They embrace failure because they know and accept that failures are amazing teachers. They pick up the learning from the mistakes they make and try again at success. Even nature will find ways to help such determined people. Setbacks make conscientious people double their efforts when trying again. Number 3, they are not easily discouraged. Temporary setbacks don't worry them. They endeavor to find solutions of the problems, or simply learn to accept the problem as unsolvable and find ways to minimize its effects as much as possible. Number 4, they are very, very organized about all aspects of their life, whether at home or in the office. Their homes and work areas will hardly be cluttered, and the best thing is anyone can take over the task they could not complete for reasons beyond their control. Number 5, they are highly productive people. By being organized, they save a lot of time and energy, which others end up wasting looking for and setting things right every time they have to start work. Number 6, conscientious people do not hesitate to follow the rules and regulations set within the framework of their domain. They will not waste time complaining about having to do things in a particular way or not having the freedom to do certain disallowed things. Instead, conscientious people will find ways to do the required things productively in a faster and better way than before. Number 7, they are always punctual. They will never be late for meetings, appointments, etc. In fact, they will come a few minutes earlier to gauge and reconnoiter the settings of the meeting or anything else, which will give them an upper hand at success as against people who run into meetings late and breathless. So, now there is no doubt that conscientiousness and success are partners made in heaven. Therefore, it makes sense to build the skills of conscientiousness to help you on your path to success. Each of the chapters that follow is dedicated to one of the 6 subtraits of conscientiousness, giving you tips and tricks on how to build and develop them, so that your level of conscientiousness takes a big leap forward, helping you achieve success in whatever you do. Chapter 3, Self-Efficacy. The first step you need to take to become more conscientious is to develop self-efficacy. At the core of conscientiousness is self-efficacy, or belief in yourself. Believing in yourself will lay the foundation stone for a strong, conscientious attitude. So, what is self-efficacy? It is the belief in your own ability to succeed in any venture that you choose to undertake. It can also be called self-confidence or self-belief. It is this self-belief that drives you to persist and not get overwhelmed by setbacks and challenges along the way. It is this self-efficacy that powers you with the wonderful attitude of resilience, empowering you to rise like the proverbial phoenix from the ashes, stronger and more prepared than before. How are self-efficacy and resilience connected? They share a cyclical relationship like the catch-22 situation, but that which is welcomed with joy and happiness because it leads to success. The can-do attitude associated with self-efficacy fills you with optimism and the power to take control of your life and surroundings. You are confident that with your own capabilities and strength, you will find the wherewithal to handle all kinds of challenges that are bound to come up in the path to success. This confidence reflects a personality that tells the world that you can deal with any adversity that strikes you, and you will bounce back with added vigor, even if you are temporarily knocked down by the adversity. People with high levels of self-efficacy perceive problems as challenges that will strengthen them, rather than as issues that are made to break them. These people display perseverance and grit in the face of the most difficult challenges. Contrarily, people with low self-efficacy levels display nervousness and stress when they are faced with adversity. They tend to see problems as threats with harmful intent, which drives them away from these problems, resulting in failures. Methods to develop and enhance self-efficacy. Start small. What is the meaning of this? It means that you have a vision of setting up a business that delivers six-figure profits. However, start by focusing on getting your first client on board without worrying too much about his payment. Similarly, if you are looking to lose 20 pounds, make a short-term goal of losing 1 pound in 10 days. Slowly increase your stake in your venture. As you achieve each milestone that you have set for yourself, you will find your self-confidence getting a boost, which in turn will drive you to work harder for the next little milestone, which will again boost your self-confidence, and so forth. With small milestones, the big circular path to success will be cast in stone that you will never want to waver from, even when you face temporary setbacks at some of the milestones. Observing, taking note of, and celebrating the achievement of each small milestone will help you believe in yourself, and your self-efficacy will be on its way up the ladder. Focusing on small achievements and working on the next small achievement will ensure you are progressing, and that vision of progress is the power that will drive you harder and faster. So, by starting small, achieving small goals, and celebrating these achievements will help build your self-efficacy and self-confidence, which in turn will build your resilience, and you will be one small step closer to becoming more conscientious than before. Learn from others. A smart man learns from his own mistakes, whereas a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So goes a famous proverb. If this learning can be from the success of other people, wouldn't it be even better? So, for building self-efficacy, watch other people who are successful in your field and learn from their behaviors, attitude, and interactions. How are these successful people performing the task? What is it that they are doing? Can you replicate their actions? What is the motive behind their success story? By paying attention to the way these successful people work and behave themselves, you can learn a lot and not get hurt by the same mistakes they have already encountered and learned from. Let me give you an example. Suppose your boss has given you the job of writing up a report that you do not have experience in. So what do? Simply take the help of someone who is already good at typing up such reports really well. Watch him or her do the same task and try to replicate their efforts. During the observation process, pay close attention to the mistakes they made and be wary of these pitfalls. Watch how they bounced back from temporary setbacks and challenges, and don't hesitate to try those methods in your life too. If they have succeeded, then so can you. By focusing on the steps needed to complete the task and engaging your mind in the learning process, your chances of success are automatically increased, helping you in the building of your self-efficacy attitude. By observing and learning from other successful people, you have a better chance at success. Reflect on your past achievements. Quite often on your path to success, you are bound to be afflicted by self-doubt, which can be a huge deterrent to self-efficacy. Failures could be coming at rates that are far exceeding the rates of success. Quit worrying during such times. There is a way out of the self-doubt that threatens to destroy your self-efficacy. Take some time off to reflect on your past achievements and accomplishments. When you look back and see how you overcame challenges in the past, you will find yourself feeling proud and happy. Pay close attention to the praises that you received during those times. These praises can egg you on and build back your seemingly eroding self-confidence and self-belief. For example, if you have started off on a new venture and the teething problems are beginning to worry you and eroding your self-efficacy, then simply reflect back on the achievements of the job that you held previously. Go through the journey of the past experiences, which have helped you build and develop your current set of skills. Look at all the skills you have gained and see which of them will be useful now and put that into practice. Consciously acknowledge your previous accomplishments and revel again in the pride of those great moments. Recalling such wonderful experiences is a great way to build your sagging self-efficacy. And if you use those skills to bring the current venture up to speed, then your self-efficacy levels will get a fabulous boost. Again, taking you one small step closer to enhancing your conscientiousness. Whenever you are assailed by self-doubt, take a step back and reinforce your belief in yourself. This self-efficacy can set you off on a positive spiral right onto the path of success. Your ability to overcome challenges and your resilience are both highly dependent on your self-belief and self-confidence. Therefore, self-efficacy is very, very important to achieve a higher level of conscientiousness than before, which in turn is a direct reflection of the chances of success of any endeavor you choose to take up. So, go and work on your self-efficacy. Accept your strengths with pride and without arrogance. Don't forget to keep picking up new skills as you go through your journey to success. Chapter 4. Orderliness. The next subtrait of conscientiousness is orderliness. In addition to helping you achieve huge amounts of success, orderliness and organization are the underlying tenets of a happy and uncluttered life. In order to succeed, you have to get organized. Benefits of orderliness. It boosts your morale. No matter how deeply affected you are by some temporary setback, when you can reflect on the way you have organized your life and surroundings, you will find it very easy to start off where you left off and bounce back in the game. It boosts you into action again. Moreover, in a business environment, a sense of organization and orderliness can improve the morale of the employees. A tidy and clean workplace is a matter of pride for everyone. If you can find the things easily and fast, there will be no lag in your work, and you can get back from setbacks without much ado. A clean, orderly, and organized environment and life can be a huge morale booster. It renders an air of professionalism. A tidy work environment renders your business space a profile of professionalism. When clients walk into your office and get treated to an orderly scene, they are bound to be impressed with your sense of detail and planning. An orderly work atmosphere actually invites people to check out what is available, and this, in turn, ensures that they see what you want them to see. It makes you more efficient. When you organize your life and your workplace, it makes you more efficient. Every time you want coffee, if you have to look for the coffee machine lost under piles of garbage and whatnots, then your 15-minute coffee break is not going to be enough. That is just an example. like this. If everything around you was disorganized, then you will be spending a lot of time and energy looking for things before you can even start your work, leading to inefficiency and loss of productivity. An orderly lifestyle will boost efficiency, which in turn enhances chances of success. Tips on orderliness and good organization skills. Start with the most visible aspects of your life. Again, putting the perspective of self-efficacy here, start small. Look at your desk first. Take time for each layer of the organization process, including sorting, purging, making a place for everything, maintaining and organizing again at regular intervals to ensure the process of orderliness is maintained on your desk. When you complete with your desk, move to the next space, perhaps your room or the space around you. Take one at a time and organize it so that the organization is wholesome and total, and the chances of slipping back to the earlier disorganized state are low. Create organization systems that are aligned with your lifestyle. This system of organization is different for different people and different work environments. The purpose of an organization system is to facilitate storage and easy retrieval during the time of need. For example, an organization system for the library is different from that of a museum. So, find a system that is aligned with your life. For example, how often do you want to make your to-do list? Where do you want to keep them? Are you more comfortable with the old form of a small notebook and pencil? Or do you prefer using devices such as smartphones to make notes and reminders? How much time can you dedicate to clearing the clutter in and around your home or office? How often do you need to take a mental break to get things in order again? Create questions like the ones above, and the answers to these questions will help you build an organization system that will align with your lifestyle and your needs. At this juncture, I would like to mention that it is very important to keep your organization system simple and easy to follow. Try and automate as much as you can. Technology is here to stay, and it would be foolhardy to try and avoid learning about it. Technology is a great help to put up reminder lists, to pay your bills, to organize huge amounts of information needed for your business, and more. Bringing automation into your life can help you create a lot of orderliness in your life. Learn to say no and learn to delegate. It is impossible to do everything yourself. Your life will be one big mess with absolutely no sign of orderliness if you take on everything everyone tells you to do. Learn to say no and take on only those things that are important and within your capabilities. Don't hold on to tasks. Delegate them to people. By delegating, not only are you releasing stress for yourself, you are freeing up a time to do things that cannot be delegated. You are also creating a new line of workers who can take your position as you move up the ladder. Don't hesitate to purge. Being orderly in your life calls for a bit of ruthlessness. Don't hesitate to purge things that are useless and have no value in the present day. Get rid of junk. For example, don't buy new clothes until you have cleared your wardrobe of old clothes and created space for the new ones. Set aside time regularly to clean and purge things that are no longer needed. You don't have to throw anything away. Give things to someone who will use those things. Purging is a way of letting go, both figuratively and literally. Create systems to fight procrastinating attitudes. One of the biggest contributors to a disorderly life is our attitude of procrastination. How many times in your life Have you put off doing things that need your immediate attention? Repeated procrastination will result in the issue blowing up in your face. Counter problems as and when they approach as much as you can. Don't brush things under the carpet because eventually these things will emerge. Find mechanisms to counter procrastination and do things as and when they come up. Take help. Getting your life organized is a big challenge. Don't put it off. Create a plan and stick to it so that your life remains organized and orderly. Don't hesitate to ask for help from family and friends. In fact, one of the best ways a good friend can help you is by tracking your progress in this realm. So, let a close and trusted friend know about your plan to reorganize your life in an orderly fashion. Make sure the friend is someone who cares about you and will follow up regularly to ensure you are sticking to your own plan. Orderliness is an essential element to becoming more conscientious in your life. Take a break from the routine, set your physical and mental life in order, and watch how stress-free you become. Moreover, orderliness brings in its wake improved efficiency and productivity, ensuring the path to success is free from problems and issues. So don't wait. Embrace orderliness and organization into your life. Chapter 5, Dutifulness. The attitude of dutifulness is reflected in a person's capability to be duty-bound and obligated to society, family, and the world at large. When both partners in a marriage are dutiful to each other, the marriage has a higher chance of survival than a marriage where only one partner is dutiful and the other is not. What is dutifulness? A dutiful attitude calls for sticking to set rules and regulations, being morally good, doing the right things always, and feeling a sense of obligation. The important thing to remember is that being dutiful should not be something that happens unintentionally in the pursuit of your personal desires. If you were as ready to do things in an immoral way to achieve your personal things, then that attitude does not come under being dutiful or moral. Therefore, it is important for you to distinguish between true dutifulness and merely conforming under social and family pressures, or without thought, or in a cowardly fashion that represents servility. Obeying laws and rules without thinking is also not being dutiful, because thoughtless actions are reflective of your inability of performing the duty of a thinking human being. Additionally, accepting duties indiscriminately because of your lack of ability to fight back cannot really be called dutifulness. If you are duty-bound morally, then you must stick to it. However, if someone is compelling you to do something in an irrational way, then your dutifulness lies in ensuring you are not coerced into doing something without your intellectual reasoning coming into play. For example, if you had an obsessive alcoholic father and he said that you are duty-bound to look after him and serve his needs, and therefore you must buy him alcohol, you would not be a dutiful son by obeying this irrational command. Here, your duty lies in correcting him and curing him of his obsession. Being conscientiously dutiful is what you need to strive to be. Importance of dutifulness. Dutifulness is connected to trustworthiness. Dutifulness is an attitude that will bring harmony and order into any environment, including a business operation. In addition to making an individual a better person, dutifulness ensures that your business is run ethically and within the legal framework. Being dutiful in your business has a lot of benefits, including a happy working environment in the knowledge that you are not doing anything wrong. A business that is run in a dutiful manner will have no reason to get into trouble with law enforcement agencies. A business run in a dutiful way gains plenty of credibility in the market, drawing more customers, resulting in improved bottom lines. And as a person doing business in a dutiful way, your personal credibility will improve significantly, and your personal influence in your niche will grow as well. How to develop dutifulness. There are many habits and attitudes that you can pick up, irrespective of your age or standing in society or any other factor, which will help you develop dutifulness, which in turn will lead to more success and achievement. Here are a few dutiful habits you must cultivate in order to be successful. Always pay your bills on time. Late payment is a classic symbol of avoiding being dutiful. Late payment of charges reflect negatively on your credit standing, and your credit rating, both personal and business, will take a hit. Set up payment schedules. There are many automated and convenient ones available that will ensure you do not miss a single bill payment. Your expenses should always be less than your income. It is your duty to set aside a bit of money for your retirement and for unpredictable issues that might crop up tomorrow when you will not be earning as much as you are now. For this to be possible, you must be able to save money that you are earning today, and that means today you need to spend less than what you earn. It is an imperative personal and business duty to keep your expenditure less than your income. Organize your life. Declutter your home and office spaces. Make sure all things are in their allocated positions. Get your business processes documented so that any qualified person can do the work in case of absenteeism. Keep a schedule for all your work and ensure you follow the timetable you have set up for yourself. Plan your day. It is your duty to plan your day and ensure you stick to the plan. At the end of each day, tick off everything that you completed from your daily to-do list and make a new one for the next day. As part of your morning ritual, go through the to-do list for the day to mentally prepare for the day ahead. When you plan like this, it is very unlikely that you miss out on any of your duties. Eat healthily, sleep well, and exercise regularly. A fairly strict regimen of nutrition and exercise is part of your duty to yourself and your loved ones. If you are not healthy and happy, how can you fulfill duties to your family and to your society? Therefore, it is essential that you eat healthy, nutritious food and ensure you minimize intake of junk food. Also, being physically fit is a duty that you need to do for yourself. Fix a physical fitness schedule and follow it without fail. On the same lines, sufficient and restful sleep is essential for a healthy body and mind. Therefore, you must make sure you have a good night's sleep so that you can wake up the next day fresh and energetic to fulfill the duties of the new day. Live up to your promises. This point has two aspects. The first and the foremost duty is not to make a promise unless and until you are certain of keeping them. So, think objectively, including your ability in terms of resources to keep a promise someone is asking you to make. It is your duty to say no if you know that you cannot keep your promise, because you are freeing the other person to look for alternatives. However, once you have thought things through and have made that promise, you are duty-bound to live up to it, and this is the second aspect of this point. Be polite and courteous. You owe it to the people who come in contact with you, including family, friends, and even strangers. Being polite and courteous is a duty you do for society in general and your loved ones in particular. A courteous and polite attitude means you respect the other person. Dutiful people follow social etiquette quite stringently. It is important to do so because you are a part of this society and it is your duty to abide by its rules and regulations. Take responsibility for your actions. Your behavior, your choices, your actions, your reactions, and your responses are all yours. You have chosen to behave in a certain way, make a certain choice, or respond in a particular way in any given circumstance. The outcomes of these actions are yours too. Take responsibility for them. Yes, the positive outcome is definitely yours to take, but so are the negative outcomes. Being dutiful is an important tenet of being conscientious. Use the tips given above to embrace dutifulness in your life and move towards success and achievement. Chapter 6. Achievement Striving. A conscientious person will strive, and strive hard, to achieve his or her goals, and that is the meaning of achievement striving. The idea of achieving your goals and the sheer joy when you know you have achieved what you dreamt of is something that spreads joy, cheer, and motivation to do more. Whether you are conjuring up an image of finishing college with honors or setting up a business that delivers you six-figure profits, you feel a rush of adrenaline at the thought, don't you? So, how can you strive to make this achievement a reality? Striving hard for achievement is an important element of conscientiousness. And here are some tips on how to endeavor and work hard to achieve. Start a logbook. The first thing you write down in this logbook is a note of the achievement you want to reach for. When you write down your achievement, ensure it is specific with clear details. Do not write your goal in vague or general terms. What are you setting out to do? Why do you want to do it? What are your milestones? How do you plan to measure your milestones? Write down answers to these questions as part of your goal-setting process. Of course, you can keep adding milestones during the process as you encounter new and/or unexpected problems and issues on the way. It is best to break your achievement into smaller goals, and each can then be a milestone. As you move forward, if you think that a step needs to be further broken down, then do it and keep track of your progress. Building a tangible framework for your achievement will give you a good sense of being in control of what you want and how you plan to go about it. Changes, if any, should be noted down as well. Make sure you note down successes and failures in this logbook. Writing down a failure helps you detach yourself from it and look at it objectively so that solutions become visible. Writing down successes will give you an amazing sense of having achieved a milestone, which will provide the necessary impetus to help you move forward. Work toward your goal with a positive frame of mind. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. This might be a cliche, but a timeless one that never loses its shine of truth. Your mind is your God or devil, depending on how you are making it work. A positive frame of mind is essential for achievement striving. Self-efficacy comes into play here too. You have to build self-belief and know that you can do anything. Once this powerful mindset is in place, there is little that can stop you moving toward your achievement. A positive frame of mind is one that remains strong and powerful even if external circumstances are altered in a negative way. For example, in your business, if a trusted employee chooses to move to a better paying job and you cannot match the new company's offer, then the ability to overcome this temporary setback with confidence reflects a positive frame of mind. No matter what the problem, you will continue in your endeavor to achieve your goals, and that is a positive frame of mind. A positive frame of mind means you take failures as learning opportunities and challenges as opportunities and not insurmountable obstacles. Take help. Another important element to achievement striving is to know and accept that you cannot always do things alone and by yourself. Human beings are social creatures. and we live in a society interacting with others. Quite often, we need to reach out to others, and many times we need to hold other people's hands as they reach out to us. Do not hesitate to take help, both from family and professionals. In business especially, it is important to have a coach who can guide you when you stumble. This coach should be one who has the power to make you accountable and ensure he or she can keep a check on you and prevent you from losing focus. This means the coach should be fully aware of your goals and your logbook as well. Therefore, this coach should be like a mentor and a friend to motivate you to work harder to achieve your dreams, and yet be strong enough to chide you when you are doing less than your best. The fact that someone is keeping a check on you can be a huge motivator, and every time you want to digress, you will be reminded of this coach's sternness, preventing you from committing willful mistakes. Start working towards your goals now. The easiest way you cannot achieve anything is by never starting it. Every time your coach or a well-wisher asks you the progress on the job you have committed to, you keep saying, "I'm starting that tomorrow," and that tomorrow never comes. You know that procrastination is a big problem in your life. Tomorrow, next week, next Monday, after my son's graduation, after this, after that, and other excuses are indications of your inability to start off now. Avoid this. Just start now. No matter how small a step you take towards your goal, take that step now. Then take the next small step, and the next, and the next, and so forth. Take small steps, but take those steps now. Take breaks. You cannot achieve your goals if you don't rest and take breaks. Sometimes the stress and anxiety created during the process of achieving your goals can take their toll on your mind and body. While being physically fit is a great way to counter the stress-related problems, take short breaks to calm and rejuvenate your mind. During these breaks, meditating is a great idea. Focusing on something other than your goals for a short period of time will not only calm your mind, but will shift your perspective in such a way that you see solutions that were hitherto obscured. Moreover, meditation is a great way to build your thinking capacity. Emptying your mind of mindless thoughts, the purpose of meditation, can empower your creative skills and help you enhance your thinking capabilities, which will lead you directly to your achievement. Celebrate your milestones. Every time you achieve a milestone, don't forget to reward yourself. Celebrating your achievement is a sure-shot way of taking your motivation levels a few notches up. The more motivated you are, the harder you will strive for your achievements and goals. The rewards and celebrations should be included in your logbook. You don't have to do something grand each time you achieve a little milestone. Giving yourself a bit of time to indulge in a hobby can be a great way to celebrate. Celebrate your achievements. Don't put off celebrating. Setting up goals is one thing, while striving toward achieving these goals is quite another thing. Goals without attempts at achieving them are simply nebulous ideas that are of no use to anyone. Make these ideas into tangible goals, and watch the joy you can spread when you succeed in achieving these goals. Strive towards your achievement and watch yourself becoming more successful than before. Chapter 7. Self-Discipline. Have you ever felt happy when you slept in instead of hitting the gym? Have you felt happy when you ate that ice cream instead of saying no? Yes, it is possible that during that short period of sleeping in or tucking into the ice cream, you did feel a sense of pleasure. But sooner than later, that pleasure will have definitely converted into a sense of dejection, right? Well, That is why self-discipline is such an important part of conscientiousness and success. Believe it or not, self-discipline is an attitude that brings happiness and success. Yes, it might take a bit of hard work before you achieve both these states, but when you achieve them, they will remain a part of your life. They will not go away, unlike the short-term pleasures of giving in to your desires. Here are some tips that will help you master self-discipline and self-control, which, if implemented, will result in success and improved productivity. Identify and accept your weaknesses. There is no one in this world that does not have weaknesses. There is no way you will be able to overcome these weaknesses if you don't identify and acknowledge them. If you keep saying you have no weaknesses to address, then how can you find solutions? It is like searching for a solution for a non-existent problem. It is a common mistake to brush all weaknesses under the carpet, or worse still, pretend they don't exist. The first step to self-discipline is to accept your shortcomings wholeheartedly. Eliminate all kinds of temptations. You cannot build self-control from the start by keeping all temptations close at hand. First, eliminate all temptations so that even if you feel like indulging in your weakness, you will not have access to them. For example, if you are on a weight loss diet, ensure you never have junk food at arm's reach. Do not walk into a patisserie even if you only want to buy coffee. While working, keep social media and other disturbing notifications off and away. Don't allow them to get in the way of your work and success. Slowly, as you begin to see and feel the benefits of self-discipline, then you will find it easier to overcome temptation. Ditch all kinds of bad influence ruthlessly, and you will not regret it. Set specific and clear goals along with execution plans. Having a set goal along with an execution plan gives you a clear, tangible pathway that you need to take so that you can achieve your goals. This focus on the path will ensure your attention is not wavering. When you know clearly where you want to be and how you want to reach that place, your ability to become more self-disciplined will increase automatically. A clear pathway, with the goal clearly in sight, empowers you to take tough decisions, to say no to short-term desires, to wait patiently for delayed gratification, etc. All this is simply making you more self-disciplined than before. So, make sure your goal is clear, specific, and you know how you are going to achieve it. Develop your self-discipline. Like conscientiousness, the sub-trait of self-discipline is not necessarily biological in origin. It is a learned and developed behavior, and that is a good thing because anyone can learn and develop it. The trick is in working towards mastering it. Like everything else, mastering self-discipline takes oodles of practice and continued deliberations. The focus and effort to achieve self-discipline will increase exponentially with time. You keep beating your daily self-discipline goals steadily, and sooner than later, it will become a part of your life. Work hard and develop it, and success will come in search of you. Create simple new habits. For example, if you plan to improve your productivity by keeping notifications off, then simply keep them off. Don't layer your new habits like, I will keep off notifications from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I will keep them on from 12 noon to 12:30 p.m. I will keep them off from 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. And if I get some important messages, then I will turn the notifications on again, even during my working time, so that I don't miss them. Can you see the complicated schedule to turn off notifications? Keeping track of this new habit will require another to-do list and all the other paraphernalia of planning and scheduling. Instead, simply turn them off. Always remember to introduce any new habit into your life one at a time and from the basic level. Focus your entire attention on that new habit and then slowly increase the intensity and/or the number of new habits. Your willpower capability is unlimited. It is a common misconception that people have about themselves. They believe that the amount of willpower each of us has is limited and is cast in stone in our lives. Nothing can be further from the truth. Your willpower is like a muscle. The more you make it work, the bigger and stronger it gets. Don't place a limit on your ability to become self-disciplined. Push your limits to new levels as and when you reach the previous set limit. Watch your self-discipline capabilities increase to no end. Always have a backup plan. When your mind knows that you have something ready in case you encounter an obstacle or a problem, then it works harder and more smoothly than otherwise. That is the power of human nature. Having a backup plan for yourself is like giving your willpower a huge booster. It knows that even if a difficult situation comes up, you know how you will deal with it. Here's an example. Suppose you are on a diet plan and you have to go to a party because it is important for your business. What do? You tell yourself that you will have a glass of water in your hand and focus on mingling with the concerned people who are going to make that positive difference to your business first. If they ask you to eat, then tell them you have a stomach problem and have been told to avoid solid foods for a couple of days. Your willpower to say no to the wide variety of yummy food will increase on its own. The backup plan to handling a potentially difficult situation has been put in place. Finally, when you have achieved a certain level of self-discipline, give yourself a reward. Just make sure the reward is not something that eats into your goal. Indulge in something you like, ensuring you are not breaking the self-discipline pattern. Chapter 8. Cautiousness. Cautiousness, or carefulness, is an attitude that helps you perceive and think objectively about everything around you with care and caution before making choices or jumping to conclusions. As humans, our biggest power is our ability to think. In fact, our thinking is one of the very few things we can have nearly complete control over. Ralph Emerson said, "We become what we think." A cautious person is one who thinks deliberately before taking decisions of any importance, especially those that affect his or her businesses and close personal relationships. Being a deliberate thinker requires skills that can be learned, developed, and mastered, just like the other subtraits of conscientiousness. Caution is a result of deliberate and objective thinking. Here are some ways to deliberately think through things and make cautious choices. Write down all the important goals you want to achieve in your life. In order to think cautiously and deliberately, you have to first understand where you are currently and where you want to be. So, write down all the important goals in your life. Remember that law of attraction rule? It says we attract all those elements in this universe that come up as thoughts in our minds. In such a situation, it is important to deliberate over your goals and ensure your thoughts are aligned with those goals. Of course, your thoughts will become a tangible part of your life only when you take action. The law of attraction is not magic. It is hard, deliberate, and persistent hard work based on caution and care. Write down all important ideas that strike you. Our thoughts are very fleeting, and it gets difficult to be cautious and careful based on fleeting thoughts. Yet, these very same fleeting thoughts reflect our innermost instincts. Therefore, whenever an idea suddenly strikes you that makes a lot of sense, write it down. Today, there are various apps and writing formats easily available on your smartphones and other devices that you carry around most of the time. Quickly jot down your thoughts as they fleet through your mind so that you can look at them later on, deliberate upon them, and take decisions sensibly and cautiously. Allocate time regularly for deliberating. Many times, we rush through our day-to-day routines thoughtlessly and carelessly. Relentless hard work is good. However, it is equally important not to get sucked into the mundane so much that you forget to see the big picture. What is the purpose of your business? Are you making decisions based on the initial ideas that drove you to set up the business? Does that need to change because of certain impending changes in the market conditions? Are decisions being taken recklessly without deliberating? Is the work that you delegated getting done the way you want? What were the losses and/or mistakes that happened in the last 1 month? Were they deliberated upon and loopholes plugged? Did those mistakes recur? What were the big business deals that happened? What set them apart from the average deals? How can you bring in those aspects, sales behaviors, and other elements into every deal so that every deal is above average? There are so many questions like the above that get lost in your mind because of the pressures of daily work. To overcome this, it is important for you to allocate time regularly to deliberate over important matters with your team and close confidants. Playing things with caution also means not missing out on the advantages of the good things that are happening and implementing them right across the business. Detach yourself from the routine work to get deliberate and cautiousness into your psyche. Practice being alone. Practicing solitude is an act of doing nothing else except letting your mind wander and simply following your thoughts. In a highly stimulated world replete with notifications and social media platforms and virtual friends and stresses of work and home, this can be quite a challenge. We are laden with fear that we could be missing out on important things if we do nothing even for 30 minutes. However, it is during these times of solitude when your mind is working at its peak and you are free to focus on what is exactly going on in your thought processes. This acute sense of awareness of your thoughts has the power to trigger innovative and sudden insights in such a way that you are able to think more objectively and see through the veil of obscurity. The generation of ideas during this alone time can be quite profound. Find some time and detach yourself from everything and spend it in solitude, simply following your thoughts. Brainstorm with others. One of the best and most effective ways of ensuring you are thinking cautiously and are taking into account all factors before arriving at a decision is by including other people in brainstorming sessions. Deliberation and cautiousness are called upon when faced with difficult dilemmas. During such times, take the help of your team, your trusted friends and family, and run your ideas through them and see if they can come up with something that you have missed out. While brainstorming sessions work wonderfully in business environments for creating and generating new ideas for improving profits, improving processes, and much more, these sessions also help in making cautious decisions resulting in prudent business dealings. Keep a dedicated time and place for thinking. Many of us have a favorite time and place to do certain activities to increase the joy, fun, and the outcomes of those activities. When it comes to deliberate thinking too, this holds good. Be mindful of those places that calm you down and stimulate thoughts and innovative ideas. Also, many of us are better thinkers at different times during the day. Some of us prefer thinking early in the morning, when the day's challenges are yet to hit us. Some others prefer thinking at the end of the day, after clearing the challenges of the day. Whatever is your choice, find a time and place that is best suited to optimize your thinking process, so that your mind is calm and cool to look at various available options in an objective manner and take decisions carefully and cautiously without being impulsive. Caution and care are important elements of success. Yes, you need to be able to take risks to maximize profits in any form of business. If you don't jump into the water, how will you learn to swim? Yet, it is possible to learn and master the basics, understand and appreciate the risk you are taking and the outcomes of such risks, along with your capability to manage them, and then make your business decision. This kind of cautious approach is bound to lead to success and improved achievement. Conclusion. Conscientiousness is one of the most important personality traits aligned with success and achievement. In addition to success, both in your personal and professional life, multiple studies have proven the efficacy of a conscientious life to lead a long, happy, healthy, and contented life too. To summarize, conscientiousness is one of the 5 personality traits under the Big 5 theory in psychology, the other 4 being openness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Under conscientiousness, there are 6 subtraits that are defined to explain the wholesomeness of this important personality trait. These 6 subtraits include self-efficacy, orderliness, dutifulness, achievement striving, self-discipline, and cautiousness. While some of the 6 have unique defining characteristics, a few are common across the board. These include hard work, commitment, patience, and diligence. Only when you strive to implement the tips and ideas given in this book slowly and in a committed manner can you think of achieving high levels of conscientiousness, which, in turn, will lead you to great success. When you become conscientious in your life, you will find yourself becoming more responsible, dependable, persevering, and goal-oriented. When your personality achieves these qualities, your mind and body become aligned with working hard to achieve your set goals. You are prepared to sacrifice a lot and are willing to delay gratification in order to obtain long-term and sustainable results. Conscientious managers and leaders are task-oriented, are meticulous about working within the legal and/or moral framework, and hold high standards of ethics. When such people are leading an organization, it is natural for the employees and the subordinates in the company to follow their leadership and try to match their level of conscientiousness. Conscientiousness does not end with good behaviors. It goes deeper and becomes enduring thought patterns that get reflected in the attitudes, which tend to bring in success and achievement. Once the concept of conscientiousness is deeply ingrained in your mind, it becomes an indelible part of your personality that you will carry to your grave. Considering the fact that conscientiousness is the attitude most closely linked to success, and the fact that once learned and mastered, it will last you a lifetime, it makes sense to invest a bit of time and energy to work towards achieving it. This has been Conscientiousness. How to develop conscientiousness. The underlying trait of achievement and business success. Written by Stephen West. Narrated by Brian Ken. Copyright 2018 by Stephen West. Production copyright 2018 by Stephen West.